So after 5 rounds of getting punched in the face by Velasquez, Junior Dos Santos gets knocked out by the canvas. Roussimar Pallhares gets banned from the UFC for doing what he does best. And if you thought Pallhares held on too long, my friends, you will not believe what happened. You will not believe what happened in this street fight that took place down under. My name is Rener. This is my brother Hugh. This is Ronnie Hughes, and you're watching the Gracie Breakdown. What's up, you guys? Welcome to the boot camp, the first and only Gracie Jiu-Jitsu certified training center in the Caribbean. Now, it's located on the Cayman Islands. Some of you know what that means. Some of you have no idea. You guys, I didn't have really the greatest idea of what that meant until I got here. Stingray City, world famous, amazing place if you ever get a chance. Feed them by hand, and they're wild. We got to snorkel in the clearest water I've ever been in my entire life. Straight pool water, 200-foot visibility. The fishes, the coral, the connection was ridiculous. And then we got to meet a very well-trained rescue dolphin named Nemo. And we got to hang out, play, you know, the little thing where they where they push you, and you do the foot push. You guys, it was unbelievable. Crazy experience. And just when I thought it was all said and done, and I thought, oh, I did everything, the Caymans can't get any better, then my man here hooks it up. Jetpackcayman.com. We went out to this boat, and we put on the jetpack. And some of you have seen the YouTube videos. I saw it a couple of years ago, and I said to myself, one day, I will walk on water. Well, that day came, my friends. I loaded up the pack. They give you control, and basically they're like 250,000 gallons per minute coming out of these jetpacks. I was doing the fly, I was doing the dolphin dives, fully submerged, keeping it going underwater with the jets. Amazing, you guys. Put it this way, my black belt was transferable to the jetpack experience. Even though it was my first time, I kept it real on the highest level. And normally after a 5-6 day, seminar opportunity like this, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go home. I'm good, because I want to go home, get back on the Gracie diet, juicing stuff, energysandwich.com, the whole experience. The problem was, Ronnie planned too carefully. Drinkfreshjuice.com every single day had the Gracie green vegetable juice delivered to the room. So I'm getting the home juice, amazing experience in the Cayman Islands, my friends. I've never felt like I just want to just hang up my gi and just stay. But I can't. Too many others have to learn the Gracie way, so I continue the journey. Thank you, bro, for setting this all up. Amazing experience. Of course, it wouldn't have been possible without some of our sponsors. Why don't you tell them who sponsored this trip?
Indeed, first and foremost, much appreciation to the Foster family and Dax Foster, our director, to Britt Gay for helping us out with some of the seminars, to Gina Peck at PDL, for all of the Ritz-Carlton who...
Ritz-Carlton, you guys. I needed a hotel sponsor. I needed to stay somewhere. And I would have stayed in the beach. But the Ritz-Carlton took care of us.
And then all the staff and everyone at the boot camp, and then to Rener and Eve for just being totally...
You guys. So we're here, and obviously when I'm here, I'm thinking, shoot, there's a UFC 166 is going down while we're here. So we watched the Velasquez fight, the JDS fight. It's going down. We're seeing amazing war samurai spirit from both guys doing their thing the whole time. Gets to this last round, and I don't think people really understand what was going on. So Ronnie and I wanted to take the time to show you guys what actually happened there at the finish. And there's a very interesting choke here that took place. Some people call it a farce choke, kind of like a Darce choke from the front, farce. I call it the front rear naked, the front naked choke, the FNC, front naked choke, because instead of a rear naked choke where you have this, what happened was they were against the cage pretty much the whole fight, and they were working the underhooks, and Kane went for the legs a little bit, and at this point there's a very cool technique right here. If you control the wrist and you get the underhook on the neck from the front, look what happens, and you bring your armpit over the head and you lock your own bicep right here. Now normally on a guillotine, the arm that's wrapping the neck, that arm is the one that armpit is holding the head down. So if I'm going to choke with this arm, I'm going to use here. On this one, the front naked choke, the opposite arm, and it's very easy to get this when their head is down for like an inside single. You can wrap the neck, and then you put your arm over the head. Now try to lift your head out, lift your head up, lift your head up. He's going out right here. This is a dangerous choke from the front. Take a rear naked choke from the front, locking the bicep, and my armpit is holding the head down, which is across my chest. So JDS went for this in the 5th round, which I thought was amazing choke. And let me tell you this, it was tight. Normally when you get this and it doesn't work, the head pops out right away. but the head didn't pop out. Kane felt his head was stuffed in there. So now watch what Kane did out of desperation, getting choked. He was getting choked. He would have went out. JDS had this. Even though he was wobbling on his feet, he had it. He locked it up. And normally here, you basically need to put pressure and stand up with your hips very upright. The more upright you get, the less chance that you get taken to the ground. But Kane, before JDS stood up straight, while he was still squeezing here, Kane basically sat through, and what happened was it caused JDS to spike himself, boom, on his face. And he lost his balance to the front. Kane got up to the side right here, and then started wailing on him. But what people don't realize is he actually was completely dazed, and more than he already was, by the canvas, because Kane spiked him and he hit his head on the ground. And there's a jiu-jitsu technique in the self-defense curriculum that is very similar. It follows the same line of thought. From a guillotine, if you can't step around the side the way we do in Gracie Combatives, you brace the knee, you step between the legs, you sit down, and you spike the person, boom, on their head with the same line of thought. If their hands are busy holding the neck, guess what? When you sit down and bring your whole body weight, the ground can sit still. If your face runs into it, it's the same as getting hit with a punch, but the opposite. You're going into the actual object versus the object going into your face. It was unbelievable that that happened. I don't even think people realize that JDS had Kane so tight, at this so deep in the fight, and it would have finished if he did not lay down. I promise that. I promise that. So what do we learn from this? Number one, you know, both fighters have the ridiculous heart. Number two, when you wrap a neck for a guillotine or, you know, a farce or a front naked choke, any choke where you're in front, if they sit through or they drop their hips and pull you down, your hands are trapped, so you will get spiked. So be very respectful of that, considerate of that if you're the one doing the choke. And the one way to avoid that is to do like John Jones did with Machida, which is a very upright, number one. Number two, if there's a fence and you can run someone into the fence, they can't spike you now because they're being pushed, they're back against the wall. But just the idea of being more upright, because if you're bent over, now comes the chance for the spike on the drop down. Amazing. So we just thought we would talk about that because, you know, a lot of people don't even know that that actually took place, that actually went down like that. They just thought that it was a scramble and they spiked himself in the head and the fight was over. No, there was a legit choke place at that point.
Drink one coconut, because the best water grows on trees.
A lot of people were asking after a couple weeks ago, the Roussimar Pallhares leg lock incident, where he had this single leg here, he was controlling this right here against the cage, and then he shot his leg through, boom, and he wraps the leg from a standing single leg situation. He crossed his legs over, he went for the heel hook, and instead his opponent went the wrong way. Stand by the back. I had to scoop the heel. He had the heel, and then the opponent went the wrong way, freeze. And at this point he squeezes. And as we all now know, he got banned from the UFC for squeezing too long, holding the submission too long, unsportsmanlike conduct. And I looked at the video many times, and you'll notice that he's squeezing here, homeboy taps out, boom, boom, and he's still squeezing, there's no doubt. The question is, should Pallhares let go for the tap, or should he let go when the referee intervenes? Because when the referee came in, after the referee touched him, 1-2 seconds, he let go right away. So he did hold on for a few extra taps, but it's like punching someone in the face, a few extra knockouts. We see it all the time, where they go down and boom, bounce, bounce. We saw him last night. 2, 3, 4 hits after the knockout. One could say, well, you should have stopped hitting him when he was out. You could have stopped squeezing when he tapped. The problem is, Pallhares grew up in Brazil. And in Brazil, they have something called the Brazilian tap. It basically, you get caught in a submission, and when you're kind of tight, you tap. And the idea is that you want the person to let go of the submission, and you want to keep fighting possibly, because sometimes if they tap, like, ow, was that a tap or was that a, you see, you don't know. And I've been a victim of this modified tap in my life. I've caught a leg lock before. I had the guy's foot, I popped it 2 or 3 times, and I'm thinking his foot's about to come off the hinge. So I have to let go. And he did the Brazilian tap. He was a Brazilian guy. And I let go. And he said, no, I didn't tap. Keep fighting. No. We had the video. We checked it out. He tapped. Moral of the story is, Pallhares is from Brazil. So he was concerned about the Brazilian tap. So when he's squeezing, he's thinking, okay, I'm going to make sure that the referee knows I got this 100% before I let go, because he's gotten too many leg locks on guys who tapped and then try to keep fighting. So I feel both sides. Dana is correct in that, you know, it was unsportsmanlike conduct. But Pallhares was correct in that he's adrenaline pumping, trying to close the deal, and you have to respect the fact that he can't let go until the referee intervenes. If it was his first violation, I don't think Pallhares would have or should be cut for what we saw. Because it's happened many times. Royce choked Gerard Gordeau, and Gerard tapped 17 times before they let Gerard get up. 17 taps, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 17 taps with feet and hands and everything. You wouldn't believe it. He looked like a drummer. So they didn't ban hoist from the UFC. Now I know those were different days and the controlling parties were different people. But nonetheless, hoist held a little extra. So, moral of the story. I sympathize with his holding extra, and I do believe that he should not have gotten caught if that was his first time. But because he had other violations of unsportsmanlike conduct and drug abuse, banned substance abuse issues in the past, I felt like it was the third or fourth strike. So the UFC was just tired of him as a person in the organization. And when they're tired of you, all it takes is something silly, and you're gone. So that's my view on the whole thing. I'm a little upset because I love breaking his fights down. You know what I'm saying? Whether he caught the leg lock or someone got out of it like Alan Belcher, it was just fun to break it down, and we're not going to have that same opportunity in the UFC. But I guarantee you he'll be breaking lots of legs on the outside.
Acai roots, more than a berry, a lifestyle.
You guys, I don't know if you guys heard about this fight that took place in Australia, a vicious street fight between two representatives of very unique and very new disciplines. It's amazing to see the MMA influence it's having on the animal kingdom. It's growing. 20 years now, UFC 20-year anniversary is coming up right around the corner. And to see the impact that it's having on the animal kingdom, to see kangaroos adopting the Gracie way is amazing. And there's now video evidence that this is actually happening. There was an actual challenge match that took place between a Kang-fu representative and a Roo-Jitsu practitioner. And it was quite a remarkable situation, to say the least. I don't know if you guys have seen it. We'll run some of the tape while we're talking. But basically, the kangaroos used their traditional style of just a lot of stomp kicks. The Kang-fu representative was very stomp kick focused, all about the striking. And, the Roo-Jitsu representative was very much, utilizing those skills as well, balancing on the tail, kicking with the feet, standard procedure for the kangaroo family. But eventually, you use the stomp kick, the Roo-Jitsu, to get the takedown. Finally, Kang-fu fell down. Feet that way, please. Finally, Kang-fu fell down, and Roo-Jitsu was surveying the crowd because there was no cage to protect him from other kangaroos. And he was stomping from here a little bit, and finally, Kang-fu tried to get up. As Kang-fu sat up, my friends, we witnessed something that unbelievable.
He's killing me.
Double paw, short arms. They're not good for punching, but they're perfect for rear naked choking. So Roo-Jitsu got it wrapped around Kang-fu's neck, and he's holding this. And what's crazy is you're thinking, man, does he really understand the arterial pluggage here and understand the mechanics? And listen to this, when he didn't have enough leverage, look what he did. He backed up, and he used his own chest as the cage. Same John Jones situation where you got to get leverage off of pressuring off of something. And look, he used this. That's where the pressure comes from, because they don't have big enough armpits to wrap the front guillotine, or they don't have arms long enough to get the full rear naked wrap. So the modified Roo-Jitsu rear naked, my friends, is amazing. So what's happening in the animal kingdom here is the same evolution that Edgar Gracie participated in, evolved the techniques for your physical limitations, and the kangaroo here catches and pressured. My friends, this is unbelievable. What's crazy is that if you thought Palhares held too long, once Kang-fu was out, limp arms, thank you, limp legs, limp tail. Once Kang-fu was out, Roo-Jitsu kept holding for at least 28 to 30 seconds. He's holding. And then, towards the end of all this, you see Roo-Jitsu do one of these. The little Steven Seagal twist, completely unnecessary, but establishing his dominance here in the animal kingdom so that any other kangaroos that witnessed this, video or in person, knew. Kang-fu was out cold. This was it. Fight was over. Roo-Jitsu gets up, disconnect. Fortunately, as you see later in the video, Kang-fu gets up and he kind of wobbles off. So he lived. But let me just say this. Roo-Jitsu did not. He did forfeit his submission of the night bonus. And, he would have got banned from the UFC. No doubt. Unsportsmanlike conduct all the way. What we have to remember is the huge difference between a forest fight and a cage fight. And these kangaroos couldn't have illustrated it better.
Poor defense as well, short arms around there.
Yes, it was very tough, for the Kang-fu representative. He doesn't practice the Roo-Jitsu. He didn't have the understanding of the defense. His hands couldn't even reach his own neck. So Roo-Jitsu had it locked in the whole time. Too much neck, too short arms. So once you get caught in that, it's one of those that it's over. The fight is over. My friends, I've talked to the Kang-fu representative, and fortunately for him and for all my friends in Australia, I'm doing a Rener Gracie super seminar November 23rd. It's a Saturday, 8 hours in one day. 4 seminars, 2 hours each. The most amazing, immersive one-day jiu-jitsu experience any Australian will have ever experienced. And I've invited Kang-fu. All of you guys are invited in Australia. Make sure you get there. It's about 80% sold out. So if you want a spot, go to gracieacademy.com/Sydney Super Seminar. Save your spot. And you know, hopefully we can get this Kang-fu representative to embark on the jiu-jitsu journey and ultimately accept what so many you know, human being martial artists have accepted, which is if you don't know jiu-jitsu, you don't have a chance in the animal kingdom. Cool? It's going down, Manchester. You're from the UK.
I am indeed, yes.
Cool. We're gonna go to Manchester. For those who don't know, Mark Munoz and Lyoto Machida are fighting in the main event on October 26th. And Mark and Lyoto both train at the Gracie Academy for a long time now. And even though initially when we heard they were going to fight each other, we thought not to go. But we ended up, per the fighter's request, deciding that Hito would go coach Mark Munoz. I'm going to go coach Lyoto in their fight against one another. It'll be the first time that brothers have coached opposite each other in a UFC fight. It's going to be an amazing fight. And I definitely recommend you tune in. It's free. I think it'll be on Fox Sports 1 on Saturday, October 26th. You want to check it out, and we'll see you there for sure. Other seminars coming up. What do we got? I have Houston, Texas coming up. We have Houston, Sydney, and there's a Manchester. The day after that fight in Manchester on October 27th, which is the immediate next day, there is going to be a fight, a seminar. Hidon, Jake Ellenberger, Mark Munoz, and I'm going to crash that party. I'm going to be there as well in Manchester. So if you want to go to that one, go to gracieacademy.com/UFC Munoz. Save a spot. It's going to be an amazing 3-hour seminar. And you know, anywhere from the UK, you guys make your way up and let's have some fun. It's been nice. And if you live in the Caribbean or in the Cayman Islands over here, or if they vacation here,
Yes, vacation.
are they allowed to come by?
Yes.
Anybody can come by. Come by, drop the Gracie family name, say hi to Ronnie and the family here, come train. So now you have not only vacation reasons to come to the Caymans here, but jiu-jitsu as well. Imagine that. Honey, let's go on vacation. Let's go for 1 week in the Caymans. Oh yeah, sweetie, I love you. Let's go. Get her here, drop her off at the Ritz, drop her off at a hotel, and then you just go to the beach, sneak away, come over here, get a couple rolls in, boom, 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 connection, go back to the beach. Honey, how was the beach? Everything's amazing, good. I brought you some flowers. You guys, Ronnie has it all figured out. It worked for me. It'll work for you guys as well. You guys, Gracie giveaway. Let's give one away. Let me show you guys what I got going on here. The Eddie Gracie 100-year special anniversary E. What's crazy is that the first batch already came and already got sold. Before it even arrived in America, this batch was sold out, pre-sale. So batch 2 arrives sometime in November, mid-November time frame, and you definitely want to save yours. So we're going to give away one of these for free to one of you guys for keeping it so real. All you got to do is like the video, subscribe to the Gracie Breakdown channel, and post a comment. What is the comment? GSP or Johnny Hendricks? And not just who's going to win, but how they're going to win. What round, what victory, what knockout, what decision. You guys choose. And of the people, we're going to randomly choose someone, and if that prediction is accurate, boom, Eddie Gracie 100-year, HG 100 gi. Amazing, amazing. My favorite part. Mouthguard pocket. I do not consider myself a fighter. I am a teacher who fights to prove what I believe in, and all of Eddie Gracie's opponents for his entire career. My friends, every time you grab your mouthguard and you bring it out and you prepare for war, you remember where you came from. Respect.
Our grandfather's vision was to share the gift of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu with people all over the world. Thanks to global internet accessibility and the development of a revolutionary interactive online learning system, his dream came true, and his legacy will live on forever. Gracie University. Let us teach you everything he taught us.
Push up.
Body tuck.
Body tuck.
Split.
Splits.
Alternate.
Alternatives. Flies. That's the one right there, bro. Oh! Okay. Thanks for coming, everyone. That was amazing. We'll see you guys next time.
Do it.
What? So you guys gonna peer pressure me into trying this? Let's put it a little bit lower point. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I fell for this. I came here for the jiu-jitsu, not for the TRX kill, okay? But he freaking peer pressured me. See, kid, resist peer pressure. Don't fall for it.
Okay, go to your knees first. Okay, when you're ready, pull your wrist in towards you.
These go in?
Yes, pull them under you first.
Oh,
Yes.
shoot.
Then, what you'll do, extend. Good. Actually, you can rock backwards and forwards if you want.
No need.
Then smile for the camera. Knees all the way to the chest. Go, 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 go.
Knees?
Yeah. And then splits out. Legs out. Frog strong.
Oh, the fly got me. That's when it sucks to have long arms. They're good for Roo-Jitsu. They're just not good for flies. Okay. Intro class accomplished. Respect.
And a Gracie, TRX. Pass.